Hey everybody, and welcome to the SWS Roundtable. I'm Lei, the EIC of SWS. We got with us Noremac the Gamer, aka Cameron here.
Woohoo!
We got Matt Renfro.
Hola.
And we got Michael Bushy.
That was so many letters you just threw out there. You confused me for a second.
I do that from time to time. OMG, LMFAO. Okay.
Exactly.
So today we are here to discuss a very interesting game coming out. Would you like to say it, Cameron?
PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
Yes, the Smash Bros. Clone. We are... I'm just making him more mad by the second here. But yes, we are here today to discuss the new Sony game coming out on Tuesday the 20th?
Yes.
PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Now, we got two big Sony fans here, Cameron and Matt Renfro. And
I got
then,
my Parappa shirt on.
yes,
Oh, goodness.
they both won shirts from the developer, Superbot Entertainment.
That's cool.
Yeah, so
He got Matt got a Parappa shirt, and Cameron got a Sly Cooper shirt,
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
it works.
which is awesome. But
Both animals.
we are here to discuss that game. We got our two big Sony fans here, Matt Renfro and Cameron. And then we got two big Nintendo fans here, myself and Bushy. With his cat running around in the background. Good old Ness the cat. Named after who you think. But the premise for today's podcast is going to be a little bit different. Instead of just having a normal round table where we all give our general thoughts, what we're going to do is we're going to discuss the points of the game, but Cameron and Matt are going to try to convince me and Bushy why we should buy this game instead of just sticking with Smash Bros.
Oh, because if you don't, I'll murder you.
Well, that's almost convincing.
But we're just going to get right on into it. So, Matt, if you could give us a basic description of All-Stars Battle Royale for those who are uninitiated. The
All right.
All-Stars virgins, as we call them.
I'm going to throw around the term Smash Bros. In this because I'm not going to call it a Smash Bros. Clone. I'm going to say it borrows. It borrows from Smash Bros.
It's similar in the vein of the original
It is
mascot fighter.
in the vein, right there. Just shot it up. Premise is all of the 15 years of PlayStation All-Star mascots, iconic characters, which really they're not from the past 15 years that much. They're more so recent characters. But pretty much, let's just put them all in an arena and let them beat the crap out of each other. It borrows from Smash Bros. Being a brawler, kind of, but in the sense that there's not really, I want to call them cheap deaths sometimes. There's no falling off of a screen or anything like that. To kill people in All-Stars, you have to build up a special meter, and you have 3 special attacks that are each increasingly more powerful as you go. And that's how you get your kills in Smash or in All-Stars. Oh my God! Instead of knocking people off the stage. That's about how that goes.
So basically, it's still a mascot brawler, but the big difference here is that instead of the point being to build up people's percentages and knock them off the stage, it's to build up special moves to blow them off the stage.
Exactly.
Not really blow them off the stage, but...
Well, kill them,
Yes.
essentially.
Eliminate them.
A little more graphic for
With the more adult.
Actually,
for the PlayStation crowd, those people.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we
The-
have M-rated games. But
The Xbox One has blood and guts and gore and
yep.
a lot of QuickTime events. So,
Yes, absolutely.
but there are a few other differences that I want Matt to go into. What is the rival system?
Rivalries. Rivalries is one of my big kind of, I'm happy for this. This is really cool. Each character in the game will have a specific rivalry character that they will encounter throughout the story. And for whatever reasons, a story has been written for the rivalry. It's not just 2 random characters put together like, oh, I want to see them beat each other
It's
up.
what the story of the game is based around.
Exactly. There is a story to this game. It's pretty outrageous, probably, as you can imagine. Putting all of these people in one game is going to be stupid, but
The end villain is Master Hand, so...
the end villain is not Master Hand. The end villain is
Master Hands.
Master Hand's head, maybe. Polygon Man. which is, in case any of you don't know who Polygon Man is, which all of you probably don't know who Polygon Man is. Polygon
Bushy's shaking
Man.
his head no.
I have no idea.
Polygon Man is PlayStation's mascot prior to the release of the original PlayStation, and they ran ads on TV saying, well, Polygon Man was claiming that PlayStation was more powerful than God. And within a few weeks, those were pulled from the airwaves, and Polygon Man was destroyed and put into PlayStation's archive, and now he's back to wreak havoc on their new mascots that get games over him.
Well, he is more powerful than God.
Exactly.
And there's one other thing that I'd like Cameron to go ahead and go into. Minions?
Minions. I actually read about that today, so I'm happy. So from what I read and what I've seen so far, minions are little characters that may be based around the characters in games, such as Cole McGrath from the Infamous franchise. His minion would be Zeke. Actually, not specifically. You could choose your own minion. It could be based around different other franchises in the PlayStation history.
So, for example, Big Daddy's minion would be a little sister? Probably?
That's a... No, actually,
No?
because Little Sisters are actually in the game as the opening of Big Daddy coming into the stage. Like I said, you're able to choose your own minion, but there would probably be a minion specific to Big Daddy. But considering I haven't seen a lot of how the minion system works, it's hard to really say.
Are there any minions that we know of?
You may know of Zeke Dunbar from the Infamous franchise.
Is that his minion?
You could choose your minion, but as far as
Would that be
Infamous
his
related-
minion
Yes.
if you went Infamous theme?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, that's the
Would
only...
it work in such a way that with a character-specific series like that, if you match them up, could they potentially work better? Like, I know, like, some weird example for this would be like Mario Kart Double Dash, where like you could pit up different characters together and they would have different combinations and they would be able to perform differently depending on if they were like similar or different.
And certain
or,
ones
I don't know.
performed better than others.
Yeah.
From what I read, I mean, honestly, they don't really do much. They're just there for show. I heard they actually do something when you actually do one of your supers in your game, in the game successfully.
Okay.
They'll actually do some sort of cool animation, but like I said, I haven't really seen much
And
on
minions
it.
are kind of
So they're-
still under wraps a
They're,
little
yeah.
bit.
So, as far as we know, they're only cheerleaders.
Pretty
Kind of,
much,
yeah.
but there's probably much more we don't even know about minions because they haven't said a lot about them at all.
And Matt, I'm sure you'll go into that in your review for the site.
Yes. I'm excited.
Whenever we get that up.
I'm ready to, yeah. Now that I'm not getting mine on the midnight release, because Squeenix canceled their Hitman release. Yes,
Did I
Shaker.
tell you?
Yep,
Did I
yep,
tell you?
yep. You told me. You told me.
Check out our article on Wii U's midnight release for more information about that travesty.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Moving on.
Okay, so we're almost done with the basics, but we're going to go over one more thing, and that is, of course, the character roster. And we're going to go down the list here. Matt has a full list up. We're going to go down it. We're going to say what we think about those characters, and then we're going to say what characters we'd like to see either in DLC or as secret characters. All right.
All right.
Alrighty.
So, first character we have up, Kratos.
Given.
Yeah.
Everyone
Pretty
knew.
much.
Everyone knows he's going to be in this game. I mean, it's just like he is kind of like, in a way, Sony's mascot right now. Kind of. He's one of their biggest selling
Franchises,
dudes.
yeah.
He makes money. He
Oh, yeah.
makes money.
And next up we have Fat Princess.
I'll let you talk about Fat Princess.
Because there needed to be at least one girl character in the game. That is the only one.
Nope, you're actually missing,
I'm missing
one more.
Which
more.
one is?
Two more, actually. She's not on that list,
40.
but...
Oh, so
one
she's
of them.
not in the main game until later in DLC.
Well,
Oh,
one of them's
so
there
what
right
do you know
now.
about that?
The
Oh,
other...
right, there is one. There's one of those sexy video game characters, Joy.
Her
We'll
name
get
is
to her soon.
Noriko from the Heavenly Sword series. It's like just like God of War, but you're playing as a
Except
female.
worse.
No. It was actually a good game. It's either you like it or you don't. I enjoyed it at the time it came out in 2007. It's 2012 now, so I wouldn't expect people to really be into it now, but I'm glad she's in the game.
Launch title.
Yeah.
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 It was
so,
one
I
of
mean,
the
okay,
very few
your
games that
mileage may
utilized
vary.
6-axis.
Yeah.
So Fat Princess, if they needed a fat character, there we go.
Ah.
Some would say that Peach.
Fat Peach. That's what she
Not
reminds
now.
me of.
Whoa.
And I mean, no one's eating that cake Peach has been making, so.
Oh god.
Next character?
Next character, Sly Cooper.
Sly Cooper, I love Sly. I'm
Little
really
Sly
stoked he's
Cooper.
in there. I have played with this character online. I'm really not that good with him.
I have too.
But I like him.
He's a good character, definitely. Well-rounded.
Yeah, I think he has a great moveset. I'm not good with him, but I have seen people, I have experienced people beat the crap out of me with him, so I do know that it is possible.
After that, is that
Good.
good old Cole McGrath from Infamous,
Yes.
and his other character, evil Cole McGrath. For some reason, they decided they needed both in the game.
I don't know why they just didn't decide.
Okay, I'm gonna throw this out there right now.
They're
just to
two
get this out of the
separate
way.
characters.
I would say, are they clones? Because we've already seen that mistake multiple times.
In Smash Bros.
Multiple times.
Mario,
And
Dr. Mario.
I mean, I'm not even gonna go out there as far as to say, oh my god, it's a Smash Bros. Clone, whatever. It does draw from Smash Bros. Don't draw the bad stuff.
Exactly.
Do that.
I don't know
Like-
why they didn't just use the Zelda transformation
That's what I was
feature.
thinking exactly. Zelda to Sheik. Do that.
That was a good idea.
Yeah. They should use it. They should take the good ideas from Smash.
But I just think it's because they're two totally separate characters. It's not like
Like-
Good Cole turns back and forth.
Well, I mean,
It's-
Zelda and Sheik are two totally separate characters, too.
But,
Well, it
In
depends on
Smash
what
Bros.
you're-
they are. In Smash Bros. They
Yeah,
are.
see, it depends on what you're talking about.
Not talking about Ocarina of Time.
that's what I'm talking about.
Like, it feels like it's kind of pointless to have two separate Cole McGraths. It would have been better to have it be like the down transformation between good and evil.
I feel like that would have
Like,
worked better and
situate
people wouldn't
during
really
the
be
match.
mad.
Like
And I
you
mean-
could be, you could go like on a bio sign kind of thing, like
Yeah.
bio read or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something else. It just feels too much of the same, even if he's not really the same.
Yeah.
Actually, the moveset is drastically different. They actually play
That's-
really differently.
That's why
Well-
they are two different characters.
They could have done still the transformation because Sheik plays
yeah.
very different from Zelda.
Definitely, I agree, but they had their reasons.
But,
Sucker punch.
We have a Tekken character with a name that's stupid.
Heihachi Mishima.
A name that's stupid. Yay, we have a fighter in a fighting game. Moving on. We have Sony's mascot in Japan. No one cares about him here. Toro, the little kitty cat.
I will say,
Nestle beat his butt.
Toro has awesome costumes in this game. He wears little Hawaiian shirts and sunglasses, which I sound like an idiot saying this, but it's so awesome. And on the character select screen, when you select him, it goes.
And if you pre-order the game, you get a secret agent suit for him.
Oh, joy.
There you go. Pre-order now. Do it. Go.
If you can.
Anyways, moving on. The next character.
I still think Bushy's Ness could beat him up.
Yeah, probably.
Scratch him to death. Next, we got Parappa the Rappa.
Which is truly a PlayStation classic.
Very true.
Let Cameron talk about Parappa.
Yeah.
It's kind of your guy.
Yo, man, talk about Parappa the Rappa.
Just kind of a niche.
I mean, as far as his history, I couldn't really say what he is. He's a
Well, how dare you not know that?
He's a rapping dog.
I have a little question here. Is Jammer Lammy in there too? Or
Yes.
What? Is she? Oh my god, that was a joke. I was just kidding.
Nah, I was serious.
Wait,
She will make an appearance in there.
Never mind. I have no.
as a character?
No,
or
not as a playable character.
as a background
You
character.
will see
Okay.
Gemma Lammy in the game.
In the dojo level?
I think it's the dojo level.
Nice.
But I heard somewhere say that Gemma Lammy, her face will be there somewhere. or
Let me
whatever.
mention Parappa.
Nice.
I use him the most in the beta. Love him.
He's very short range, but very fast, correct?
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure from the beta, the number one player was a Parappa. That was the best player
That works.
out of everybody. So
People love their Parappas. Next, we got Colonel Raddick
this is my
from
boy.
Killzone.
I was gonna say I didn't even know who that was.
It's really weird. He was the character I was the least excited about for
And he's
this
the
game,
one you're playing as the
and
most?
he is the character that I can't get away from. His projectiles are awesome, especially if you're doing team battles. I just sit on one side of the stage and pretty much spam my projectile attacks while my buddy Parappa over here just beats the crap out of you, and that's it. We win.
So basically, he's saying he is Pit from Smash Bros. And
I was gonna say either Pit or Solid Snake. That sounds like
Solid Snake.
something like that.
Snake.
next, we got the character that I most want to see doing the Gangnam Style, Big Daddy from Bioshock.
And yes, he is a third-party character.
I was gonna say he is third party.
Yes,
It's
there
not,
is
yeah.
majority of the character roster is first party, but they did want to add a little bit of third party too. And
Right.
I feel like BioShock has leaned towards the PlayStation side.
I think so too.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Oppa Daddy style. Hey, little sisters.
No.
Oh God.
No.
But next we got the worst character of the bunch. I'm saying that just to make Cameron mad. Nathan Drake from Uncharted.
The only character I will add that can run and gun, which is cool.
That is cool. I haven't played as him yet, obviously,
Is he
but I think he's going to be pretty good.
awful character though? Terrible.
It's a good thing- it's a
Anyone
good
who
thing
likes
he's-
him is.
It's a good thing he's in good games though. Otherwise, he'd be John Smith.
Exactly.
He would just be some
Cameron's
guy.
glaring at me now for my comments, even though I haven't even played the games, so I don't know
Game of
anything
the
about
year.
him.
He made uninformed
He
opinion.
keeps telling me Game of the Year, Game of the Year.
Game of the year. Yeah.
Anyway,
Next, we got Sweet Tooth from
Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal. There we go. Couldn't think of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does he have a little car that he rides in on the stage?
He has.
Here comes Sweet Tooth.
He actually has an ice cream truck that turns into
There
a
we go.
mech, and he kills you
So
that
he
way.
is the Transformer character.
He is Optimus Sweet Tooth in this game.
Optimus Sweet Tooth.
He's actually a really fun character to play with. I wasn't having fun at the beginning, but I got used to him as time went on.
Next, we have Jack from Jack and Daxter.
yeah. And it's not just Jack Daxter's along.
Oh,
for the
Daxter
ride.
is along.
But obviously not a separate character, but still on his shoulder, as usual.
He's
But
riding on his back.
Yep.
Good character. Good Sony classic character there.
Yeah.
PlayStation 2
I'm still
era.
waiting. I'm still
Joy,
waiting for
joy.
Jack 4. I'm still waiting.
Never coming. Never coming.
From Naughty Dog, not just random company. Naughty Dog.
Is-
It has to be an Naughty Dog.
Oh yeah. And next we got what I would actually consider as PlayStation's biggest mascot right now, Sackboy from Little Big Planet.
I'm pretty excited he's in there. I didn't know how it was gonna work. I just didn't know.
Is there going to be a costuming function for him where you can edit your costume like in Little Big Planet?
Well, here's the thing. There is a costume editing function for every character in the game. Every character has multiple items and costumes that they can wear. The thing is, initially I thought it would have been really cool if you could import your actual Little Big Planet Sackboy
That would be cool.
into All-Stars, but that's not the case. But some of his costumes are costumes from the game, like the skeleton.
That's cool.
That's what I actually use in my Little Big Planet, and we
I
saw
felt
that
like it
costume
would.
the other
I
day.
felt like it would be too much to implement
Yeah,
for
I-
a fighting game.
Yeah.
But I would say that Sackboy is probably Sony's biggest mascot right now.
Yeah, probably. Him.
Because he's exclusive, and they've just marketed him so well.
He's so damn cute. I mean, God. Moving
Next,
on.
we got Matt's favorite character, the new Dante from Devil May Cry.
DMC.
Oh wait, doesn't he look goofy in this one or something?
Or emo, or
Yeah, no, like seriously though, like I saw, like I've been seeing a couple of things for like the new one that's supposed to be coming out soon, and he just looks like different.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a reboot. I'm not the happiest about it. I've seen a bunch of trailers for it. Every one I see, I'm a little more convinced, but we actually did see a costume. Dante has a shirtless costume for the game.
Oh,
And
joy.
he does.
And
Is that in the Twilight expansion?
well, like, here's the thing. It
Yes.
would have been cool if, he had scars, like demonic, like slices
Yeah.
across him. No.
This is plain.
It looks like Dante's never been in a fight in his life. He is. He looks like he needs to go model for Abercrombie or something. Like, he just looks too damn sexy in the game, and I don't like it. Anyway,
I'm just glad.
It's not for people who enjoy the games. It's for the women who are like, who should I play as? Oh wow, this guy not wearing a shirt. Might as well.
I'm just glad that the shirtless costume was not for Fat Princess.
Me too.
I want a Dead or Alive swimsuits for Fat Princess.
Hey, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I would have bought the game like launch, and a pre-order and everything.
For the swimsuits on Fat Princess?
No. No, just let's rewind a little bit here.
Next we got Ratchet and Clank.
Yep.
Good old Ratchet and Clank. Insomniac?
Yep. I never been a Ratchet and Clank guy.
I always liked Ratchet and Clank.
I've been more of a Jack.
I've always thought they were kind of the Pixar of video games.
That's why I didn't like them. They were too. I just always felt like Jack and Daxter would kick the crap out of them if they met in real life. Like,
speaking of Jack and Dexter and Ratchet and Clank, they're rivals.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll talk more about the rivalry
That
system
makes
in a
sense.
bit.
Makes sense. Next we got a good oldie.
yes,
Which we need a new game from this series. Spike from Ape Escape.
we need a good new game.
Oh. I keep hearing all these names and I don't know, and I feel stupid.
Do you know Ape Escape?
You know Ape Escape?
I do know Ape Escape. I never played them, because the first thing I ever heard about with monkeys was Donkey Kong and Super Monkey Ball. And then I was like, I don't understand what these games are, and I don't have a system to play them, but whatever.
But we got a couple more characters. Evil Cole McGrath. We're just going to skip over him again. Raiden from the new Metal Gear.
Raiden.
Metal Gear Solid Revengeance. Rising Revengeance.
Wasn't that supposed to be an Xbox
I think they've
game?
added a couple more words in there since then, but it's
Rising Revengeance. Ridiculous.
Wasn't that announced like 3 years ago or something? As
2009 E3, it was announced at Microsoft's press conference. And they didn't announce it as an exclusive, but, you know, it was there.
Is that because they can't get Solid Snake because he's at Nintendo now?
I don't know. I'm thinking he'll be DLC later on down the line.
think
I
so?
would hope. I would hope.
I hope Nintendo's like, no, you're with us.
But I am super
How dare
excited.
you think of going to Sony?
we
I'm
do know David
super-
Hayter was doing some voice work.
Yeah.
David
Yeah.
Hayter does the voice of Snake, and he was doing voice work recently, so we'll see.
Next we have Noriko from Porn Simulator 3.
Huh?
You don't have that
Back
one?
up a second. Who is this?
I gotta buy that game.
Noriko from Heavenly Sword.
Okay. That makes a little more sense. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about right now.
And we already talked a bit about her, just like God of War.
And we
but
got-
play as female.
Our final one, Sir Boney Butt.
Woohoo! Sir Daniel Fortescue. I love this dude. He's from the Medieval,
Yep.
and
I think he's a good addition.
I do too.
He kind of came out of left field, in my opinion, but I think he's a good addition.
He's one of your slower brawler, like heavy hitter kind of.
He
people,
livens
which
up
is
the
weird.
roster.
Yeah, I agree.
And we're not going to talk about the DLC because it's not in the main game yet. So
But there was an announcement yesterday.
there were two announced. We're not going to talk about them
Okay.
Okay, well, alright.
because that's just how we roll.
Amy Graves and Cat from Gravity Rush. Anyways,
Nope.
those are two new characters, but
If you
what's our
moving
next
on.
topic?
You said you want to talk about the rival system a little more?
Yeah. Wait,
Okay,
did
go
we
ahead.
already talk about it?
Yep.
You said
Go
you were
ahead.
going to say something about Jack and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, so with rivalries like Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Dexter,
Why don't you tell
awesome.
us about
Makes
rivalries.
Yeah.
makes a little bit of sense. Well, not a little bit. It makes complete sense with Ratchet and Clank and Jack and Dexter.
I will say my favorite rivalry that I've seen, Big Daddy and Sackboy.
It's awesome.
What,
That-
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the story behind that,
Is the little sister gravitates towards the cute little Sackboy.
and Big Daddy's like,
I have to say that that's my favorite that I've seen so far.
that's pretty clever.
Are there any other interesting ones?
Evil Cole McGrath and Fat Princess.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Don't ask me. We'll have to find out when we play the story in the game.
Because we all know that.
I really hope the story is that he was hungry and he took her piece of cake. She's like, no, you didn't.
And that's what made him evil. I think he was good Cole, and
Until
then
he-
he met Fat Princess, she ate the whole cake, and that's what made him mad.
One does not simply steal candy from a princess. But for rivalries, that's it. And
Yeah.
do you think?
Go on. Yeah, we're good. We're good with that at the moment.
Now for the big meat of the podcast. Probably like 2 minutes after I say that. Why should Bushy and I go out and buy PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale when we already have Brawl?
Since 2000.
Let's start with.
Just throwing that out there.
Just gonna start with Matt on that.
Why should we be compelled to buy Sony's Brawler instead of just sticking with Nintendo?
Here's what I think. I don't think you should be compelled to buy Sony's Brawler. I think you should be compelled to believe that All-Stars is a good thing for Smash Brothers. In the sense that this is going to make Smash Brothers a better game in the long run. It's going to make them add newer features because Smash Brothers, in my opinion, has become a little stale. And since we haven't had a new one in quite a long time, and I just think that this game is good for Smash Brothers for some reason. Like I think it's going to make Smash Brothers that much better of a game the next time you get one.
I can agree to that. Whenever there's big competition out, you have to keep up.
Yep.
One thing I do like that I think is going to probably change the next Smash Bros. The way they're doing items in this game. The fact that the items are a little more based on the actual fighting that they've already decided for the game, so that they don't make things as cheap as some of the items in Smash Bros. Do.
And I think one of the good things about this game, it's gonna have things to keep you playing. All-Stars is gonna have season play, which each season is going to amount to about a month of online play, and the players that have the highest kill records at the end of each season will be rewarded with special costumes and the possibility of exclusive characters that you can only get if you're like the number one person that season, which is, in my opinion, pretty damn cool. Like, the fact that I would be one of the only people with this character, possibly, that's awesome. Season play is going to be good. It's going to keep people playing the game a lot longer. There's going to be tournaments. Ranked 2v2 matches, which I think is awesome. Ranked team matches is something that's great. I'm really hoping Smash Brothers takes a look at what they're doing online here and tries to implement that kind of style into their next game. I think that will make it that much better.
I think I can agree to that. Bushy, you?
You caught me. You got me hooked up on that exclusive character if you're the best thing. Because what if you're not? What if you buy the game on the off chance that you enjoy Sony enough to, enjoy the characters, but you can't get them all if you're not good enough? I mean, I understand that it's very much a driving force for you to keep playing the game. I get that. But what if you're not that good? What if you're not naturally gifted at, like, fighting games or, like...
That's what I think this game is going to be good at. It's going to be good. This game is a game for people that aren't good at fighting games, because that was me. I'm horrible. Like, I am horrible at fighting games, and I was able to pick up All-Stars and be fairly successful, if not dominate. I don't want to toot my own horn. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but beat. That's just how it went.
I can agree with Bushy on that. I think that if they gave literally exclusive characters, I don't think that would be a good thing. I think that would break the game and the fun for a lot of people. I think that if they made them exclusive for a certain amount of time and then released them later, like you get them, you're the only person who has them for a season.
Well, I think there could be the possibility of that too.
Just get them early.
Yeah.
I'm not
or get them
really
free.
a big fan of DLC in general because I feel as though they're more afterthoughts than anything.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't put it in the game initially, who should care the fact afterwards that they didn't put in? Like, I understand the fact that, sure, it freshens it up, that's nice, fine, great. But not everyone's going to be shelling out all this money for all these characters that should be in the game originally to have a larger roster or anything. How many characters were in the original roster?
20.
20.
20? Okay. So
and they've already announced the other two more DLC for the start of next year.
For free.
So, like, I understand the DLC thing. I get, like, how, whatever. But I feel like it should... I don't know. Like, maybe that's just me.
It leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
Sort of like all the stuff that they do with Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom, where they take out a few tiny things, and then a year later they release the Super Edition.
Especially that. I can't wait for Super PlayStation All-Star Battle. And I'm just going to be mad.
I'm ready for Super All-Stars Battle Royale cross Smash Bros.
Oh my, I don't even want to think about that right now. That's too...
It hurts.
I would be great with that as long as they put Kingdom Hearts characters in there too.
Yeah.
That way, that's pretty much the biggest...
Because who gets the Kingdom Hearts characters? Nintendo or Sony?
Neither, because they're silly.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
I'm still wanting Smash Bros. X Disney, X Square Enix.
That'd be something interesting.
Mickey Mouse beating the crap out of Mario. And...
It's about time.
I agree.
But Cameron, why should Bushy or I care about this game instead of Smash Bros?
See, I was kind of afraid of this question. I'm still afraid.
I told you about it like an hour ago.
I know, but I mean, all right. Well,
why should we be compelled to buy this new brawler instead of sticking with what we know?
Well, of course, having a PlayStation 3 will help. I'm pretty sure both of you guys have one.
We have
you know.
PlayStation 3s,
Yeah.
yes. And we want a reason to use them, but why
I
should
was
this be
saying,
that
I
reason?
do need something besides YouTube on my PS3, so.
But why should this be the thing we pick up instead of whatever else is out?
Just like Matt said, I mean, it's going to make Smash Brothers a better game, but also this will help you have something to replace Smash Bros. At the moment and enjoy, because it's an easy game to play. It really is. And I think the time you're playing it before Smash comes out, you're going to already have a better game because Nintendo's going to take those ideas that Sony used for PlayStation All-Stars, or Super Boss, I should say, and
Make them better.
yeah,
But
definitely.
what does this do better than Smash Bros. Now? Like,
I mean-
if I put Brawl next to Sony All-Stars, which are the perks of this one?
Actually, yeah, that's the question I'd like to ask.
I can play online.
That's the question I'd like to ask too, because on the same level, we have had Brawl for like 4 years.
Yeah.
If there's no super specific or big reason deal for me to get it, then why would I not just resort
stick
to
with
what I've
Brawl.
had for a while? It's like that thing when I was talking about like how the Wii U is going to come out before 360 or PS3, next thing, whatever.
Yeah.
They're still going to have time to stick with the system while it's there, and they're going to wait for it. And again, but I do understand that something needs to be done in between the next Smash Bros. Because I don't think there's going to be anything new for that for like a couple of years still, because it usually takes a while. But I do feel as though I don't see anything giant that I would go out and buy All-Stars for, unless if you guys can think of something off the top of your heads or anything like that.
It's just this is really just the first fighting game that I've been decent at, and I think it's really accessible to everybody. It's super accessible.
So you want us to buy it so that you can beat us?
Well, no, I don't even. I mean, you all know Smash Bros. You know this type of fighting. I wouldn't assume that you all would be bad at all. You know what I mean? So coming to
Right.
this game, you all are already going to be familiar with what's going on-ish.
Generally.
Yeah, and I like the fact that I'm going to be able to get online and play with my friends a lot easier than I did on Smash Bros.
That is a big thing.
That is something that is
And
significantly better.
And I know Bushy and I are both hoping that gets improved for the Wii U / 3DS Smash Bros.
Because I absolutely love Smash Bros. It's just I want to play with people, and I don't have everybody's code, and I like
That's
that.
the thing too. If there's one thing that makes me cry to sleep every night, it's Nintendo's internet.
Yeah.
It's oh god.
It's
Like, I
slowly
always
getting
wanted to be
better,
like, hey,
but not
let's go play
fast.
Smash Bros.
Too
No,
soon.
I don't want to play Smash Bros. With you. You live like a state away from me. Get out of here.
Exactly. But yeah, I just think it's going to be a lot more accessible than
There you go.
and
All right.
easier to connect with people that you want to play with than Smash Bros. Instead of having to get everyone's social security number and
Yeah.
And like, it's really accessible. I'm not sure if you guys are PlayStation Vita guys, Sony's latest portable device. It's actually
Bushy's no.
well. Here's
He's holding up his DS now.
well. Let me mention
3DS.
some. Let me mention some pretty cool things they did with the
All right.
PlayStation Vita side of
Try and
things.
sell me on this. But
So
here,
for
come on.
$250 plus the price of the game, you can get
An exclusive memory card.
No, that's not where I'm
no,
going.
that's $40 extra.
All right, so let me go and start off with this. If you have PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita, and you buy the game for the PS3, you get the Vita one for free. It's a download version, and it's free, and it's the exact same game graphically, and you can do this thing called crossplay, and that's where you can play with PlayStation 3 players or Vita players, vice versa. It doesn't matter. You're playing with them team or free for all, and the other modes that I was about to say Smash Brothers All-Stars will offer. Crossplay, not crossplay, cross game saves. Like if you're playing a story mode, stop laughing at me.
I'm sorry. That.
You went all Terminator there for a second. Stop laughing at me.
Stop laughing at me.
I'm sorry. Crossplay is cross-dressing cosplay. So when you said that, it clicked with me, and I was like, wait, that's not what he meant.
Crossplay.
And Bushy will
All right,
know. Bushy knows all about that.
Oh, don't even get me started. Get out of here.
And there's
I'm
also
sorry,
I have proof.
that was sorry.
You will eventually. Anyways, continue.
There's also another cross feature called cross save, and this for obviously cross buy or just cross games that are both on PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita. Cross save allows you to bring your game saves on the go and transfer it back and forth to the PS3 and PlayStation Vita through the cloud, and that's also great if you're trying to like beat someone's story mode and take it on the go with you and come back home and go to someone else's without you having to do it all over again at home. I mean, I think that's pretty cool too.
Sort of like, say, for example, you're playing your game, you're having a good old time, and someone comes in and they want to watch the TV. You can switch to your PS Vita and continue playing the game right there.
Isn't there a console like that coming out soon?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah,
But
2 days before
seriously,
this.
though, I do think that is a good idea. I like the fact that you can change between the Vita and the PS3. That's actually a really good idea.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Problem is, I don't have a Vita and I don't plan to have anyone. But
Just hoping it will convince you a little bit.
Really good idea. Though.
Like that's the reason I don't think that Sony's whole crossplay thing is going to really compete with the Wii U. It's
Right.
I don't think most people are going to want to get a Vita.
Well,
Unless they subsidize the Vita to where they're like
really,
$40, which they're not going to do.
Yeah. Like really short-handed too. I feel like that's another like instance of catching up with Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone's trying to get a second screen now. Like I mean, you can say whatever about the marketing, but this seems like it's going to be a trend. Even the system's not out yet. But again, that's a good idea. I do like the idea that you can take your actual save on the go, do like a couple quick matches, a little bit of story mode, whatever. That is a good idea. I like that.
Now we're starting around a little short on time, so we're going to do just a few rapid fire questions for Matt and Cameron. Just a few concerns that I've had, and then Bushy, you can do the same if you have any.
Okay.
Oh Christ!
Concerns.
Oh. Now, one of the big differences between the two games, are you getting prepared?
I'm bracing.
Is the fact that, unlike Smash Bros., the stages are all enclosed. There's no way to really fall off a stage and die. And I've played the beta, and I didn't like that, because it felt like the stages were too cramped. They were too enclosed, and there weren't enough interesting places to go.
Well, it's
in
forcing
Smash
you to
Bros.
fight each other instead of run around the level from each other.
And if this makes you feel any better, those levels that you played on the beta, those are levels that you can't fall off the stage. There are levels in the full game that you can fall off the stage, but you falling off the stage, that nothing will happen except you'll lose your power meter. It will go down just a little bit, so it takes longer for you to build it up.
Nobody gets points.
One of the
for
fun
killing
things
you.
about Smash Bros. To me has always been the fact that it's less of a fighting game and more of sort of a party ruckus game. In the sense that instead of focusing on combos, you're focusing more on just the acrobatics and the fun aspects of it, I would say.
I think
And I'm worried,
All-Stars
and
has
I'm-
a good balance.
And I'm worried that All-Stars is focusing too much on, let's force them to fight each other, and is ignoring just kind of the fun part of it.
Well, here's the thing about that. That I think anyway. Two things. As far as having the pits go, why have them at all? If they're so insignificant, it sounds like. First of all. Second of all, as far as it being more of a fighting game goes, I'm also a little bit concerned about that because I used to work at a used video game store, retro video games, however you want to put it. And there are certain fan bases that kind of spell out not very good. And one of them is the fighting game community. I am not a fan of them, mostly because, again, this is big generalization here, like this isn't everybody, but the thing is, if it's not very, very strict 2D fighting combo system, like infinites and things like that, it's gonna fall to the wayside almost instantaneously, and it's gonna fall in the same category that people are gonna that people have been discounting Brawl for a long time, that it is too much of a party game. And I feel as though if it does get into All-Star Battle Royale, that is, if it gets into that vein of being a fighting game, as far as a fighting community would see it, I feel like it's going to turn a lot of people off, unfortunately. Mostly because when you get into a fighting game like that, you gotta learn stuff, you gotta know how to do like moves, how to perform things. if people, it's just, I don't know, it just seems like you get put down real easy if you're not that good.
No, yeah, when people are too good at
Really
fighting
cool.
games, they're not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. And I don't know, that's just one small thing. Like, it's not a big deal to me personally, but
It feels to me like it's just trying too much to find a balance between the two, and it should just pick a side.
I like where it's at.
yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah.
I feel comfortable where it's at because I'm not a fight. Like you said, I'm not one of those crazy fighting game people that, in my opinion, those are different gamers than other
Yeah.
gamers.
Yeah.
They look at what they're doing. It's totally different. It's code recognition and
Sort of like
It's-
how sports gamers are different. than most
exactly.
games.
The way you play a
Yeah.
fighting game is just totally different. Your mindset, because I mean, those people can watch other fighters playing like a live stream, and they can tell you who that is fighting. Like they can tell you who's controlling that character. Those people know each other. Like they just know how to do that stuff. But I think All-Stars left enough of that combo business out to where people aren't going to be able to juggle you the whole match, luckily. I don't think that if someone's a really good fighter, they're going to be able to just get in there and just kill everybody. I think right now that there's a good enough balance struck. Hopefully, we'll just have to wait and see where it goes.
Well, that's good then. Like that's what I'm hoping for with this too. Like that's good. That's fine.
And with that, we are officially out of time, so we're going to wrap this SWS Roundtable up. Thank you all for joining me here while we talk about PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Matt will have a review up soon for you guys, telling you how good the game actually is now that he'll have the full copy. I know you two are going to buy it. Bushy, are you going to buy it?
I'm thinking used, probably.
Great.
I'm not
I
gonna
like
get it
that.
launched, but I'll mostly because I'll have somebody to play it with. I'm looking at you guys right now. I'll have someone to play it with. I'm thinking.
Yes,
So
yes.
I probably just end up buying it just used.
I like that.
I think that'd be closer to me too.
I would say for fans of Smash Bros, I would say, yeah, wait a couple weeks, see what happens with the game, and see actually what the community does and where they take the game from here. Because I mean, it could go the Smash Bros route, and it could be great.
I'm thinking it might be a game that I'd do like a weekend rental for. It's not one I really want to own. It's not because these aren't really my characters as much as
Exactly.
the Nintendo ones are.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is. This game is just fan service. It's what Smash Bros was for you guys.
Yeah.
It's what it is for us. It's just fan service, pretty much. Like,
And I think that the experience is going to be different enough that fans of Smash Bros, it's not just a clone copy. They've done really good in making sure that it's not just a clone copy.
They have.
Aside from the fact that it's a mascot brawler.
But yeah,
Yes,
there
they are
tweets,
the same
and
genre.
I do see that, and I joke around that it's a Smash Bros. Clone, but it's really not.
So-
Like it is in that like very specific genre. But I'm sure there's like little things that separate it.
because I mean, even the Superbot says we love Smash Bros.
Yeah.
We play it religiously.
Yeah, they
like,
did mention, yeah. I
So-
remember they mentioned
With all the cross stuff Cameron was talking about, I thought this would be a religious experience too.
yeah,
Cross.
But yeah, I think that even if you're a Smash Bros. Fan, look at it, and if it looks like something that you might enjoy, give it a rental, or if they put a demo out, give it a play.
yeah.
I think that
like
it's
a very limited copy,
Yeah.
maybe.
kind of how the beta was.
Yeah.
But
I think the
Yeah.
Smash fans are going to need something more than the beta.
Oh yeah.
but give it a try. Be open-minded about it, and
That's all.
there might be something there you'll enjoy. And that is it. We're going to wrap up this podcast now. Thank you. Stay tuned to smartwinshouting.com for more SWS Roundtable. Subscribe to our YouTube channel where we post these, youtube.com/smartwinshouting. We'll see you next time.
Godspeed.
All right, take care.
See ya.